Woo! What's going on, guys? Almost fun coming to you guys today with another video. I'm back. Your boy's back. The internet is fixed. Um, yeah, man, I had some problems going on there. Long story short, no data. Used it all up. No Wi-Fi. It was a gong show for 2-3 days, but your boy's back. But the Lions, they added to the coaching staff again, and they hired Scottie Montgomery. You guys know this. This was news yesterday. As the new running back coach and the assistant head coach. 44-year-old guy, again, another former NFL player that played in the league, added to the mix of coaches that the Detroit Lions have over here in Motown. Now, Duce leaves, no problem. Enter Scottie Montgomery. So we're going to see what happens there. But this guy was 5 years in the NFL. Undrafted free agent out of Duke. He was a Duke Blue Devil. Played wide receiver, kind of kick returner, punt returner, and a gadget guy. Not the biggest dude out there. Didn't do a lot as a player himself. Undrafted. 2000 went to Carolina as a Carolina Panther, then to the Broncos, and then back to 2003. Played with the Raiders for a bit. He only really produced any stats with the Denver Broncos offensively. Like 16 catches, 100 something, 60 yards, and a touchdown or something like that as a Denver Bronco. Didn't do much as an NFL player. But then he went back to Duke, where his alma mater was a wide receiver coach there. He went to Steelers for 3 years. He coached Antoine Randall. You guys know who he is. He is our current wide receiver coach. So familiarity is big in the NFL. All this kind of blends in with the Frank Reich thing and the Duce Staley. It just all kind of blends in. He also coached guys like Antonio Brown and Mike Wallace, who were Pro Bowls and All Pros, and I think Brown might have been an All Pro under Scottie Montgomery. And then back again to Duke to be an assistant head coach. He was an OC, he was a quarterback coach for a couple years there. Off to the head coaching gig for Montgomery at East Carolina. He was an East Carolina Pirate for 2016, 2018. Bad track record there, though. Only went 9-26 as a head coach, but you can't put it all on him. But he got pretty much run out of town there. So, and then also he was an OC, offensive coordinator at Maryland and Maryland Terrapin for a couple of years, 2019, 2020. Then back to the NFL to coach the running backs as an Indianapolis Colt, coaching up guys like obviously Jonathan Taylor, who had a 2021 stellar season, over 1,800 yards, 18 touchdowns, was just an absolute boss as a running back in that system, and he was part of it, man. He was the coach there too, so it was his first year in Indy. Then they had the bad 2022, like we said. We can blame it on lots of things, but it was a bad year for the Colts in general. He did have 2 interviews with the Panthers. Like I said, it all kind of blends in together. Frank Reich, he was with Frank before. Frank Reich goes to Carolina, gets hired as Carolina head coach right now, and he had 2 interviews to be the OC in Carolina, but it just never happened. The Lions scooped him up, made him assistant head coach, and running back coach as well. According to Tom Pelissero, a guy that works at NFL Network, multiple teams wanted Montgomery. Don't know a whole lot about his coaching philosophies. He doesn't seem like a really fiery guy. You watch some of his interviews. He's a pretty even keel guy on the sidelines. We'll have to see what happens there, but he just seems like a pretty professional guy. He's not a Duce Staley type guy. Not that we know of right now. I know he's coached some good players in the NFL, coached a couple good players in the college ranks as well. But, his coaching style, his philosophies, I'm not 100% keen on. I have read that they do compare him, and they say that he's an RPO expert. Whatever that means, I don't really know, because they didn't really elaborate on it. So I guess he's an RPO expert, run pass option. We'll find out what's going on with that. I guess he's got a good head on him, a good brain. He's a smart individual. It's another hire by the Lions. I'm not going to say it's a great hire or a bad hire. I think I think he's got a pretty good track record as a running backs coach and a wide receiver coach. Obviously, not that well as a head coach for the East Carolina Pirates, but that's a whole other story. But he's got some pretty good track record as a running back coach and a wide receiver coach. He's trying to eventually become an offensive coordinator. Now there's rumblings out there that this guy could be the replacement of Ben Johnson. They're bringing him in. He's got some experience on all levels, at the college ranks, NFL ranks, head coaching ranks. He's kind of done it all. He's been a player, been around the bus and then some. So he's a guy that have to keep an eye on. I still have my money on Tanner Engstrand possibly taking over, but this is a guy that could get thrown into the mix as well too. So he's coming onto a good scene. Like this is a really good scene for him. You're going to be working with guys like DeAndre Swift. Hopefully they can re-sign Jamal Williams, Greg Bell, undrafted free agent, and that didn't see too much. Could Jamar Jefferson take a jump? What's going to happen there? Are they going to dip in the free agent pool, go grab a running back? Are they going to draft a running back for this guy? I think a running back's coming. I think a brand new running back is coming here. Even if they do sign Jamal Williams, I think they're gonna sign somebody or they're gonna draft a kid out of somewhere. I don't know if it's gonna be first, second, third, fourth round, fifth round. Who knows where it's gonna be? But they're gonna give this guy another weapon because I think the team in general just need it. It's not just because Scottie Montgomery's here, but this is gonna be a guy that's gonna be able to work with some talent and a great O-line, a good offense, a good quarterback, some good wide receivers. Kind of a good situation for him to be in. So the arrow looks like it's trending upwards for Scottie Montgomery, and if he could get, he could do really well like he did in 2021. Maybe this guy becomes another OC somewhere else, or Detroit, or becomes I'm not saying he's going to become a head coach because I don't think that's going to happen, but he could land it. Another gig as the OC for Detroit, or even go somewhere else and be another OC. Who knows? But this is a hire done by the Lions, and they love to dip their feet into that former NFL player pool and bring them on as coaches. This is what they love to do, man. They just keep hiring former players. This is what they do. So we're gonna find out what this guy's all about. I think just from kind of watching some interviews with Scottie Montgomery, and then you go back and you look at some Duce Staley news or Duce Staley interviews. Duce was, I think, a little more. He seemed like just a little more fired up, a little more fiery guy. Not saying this guy doesn't have any fire in him. It's just that he just seems a little more reserved. So I guess we'll find out what happens on the sidelines come September or earlier during preseason, and then we'll go from there. But what this is just another hire, man. Just another hire. What this team likes to do is like I said, they like to dip their feet into that former NFL player pool. So that's what they love to do, and this guy's one of them. So welcome to the D, Scottie Montgomery. We'll see what happens next. You're coming into a good situation. Let's roll with it, man. Let's do some damage in that running back room. You're probably going to get another weapon. You're going to get this guy, that guy. Swift is still here. So, bringing Jamal back would be, I think, very nice. Get that thunder and lightning thing going again. And then we can work from there. But Scottie Montgomery, Detroit Lions, guys. Right on, man. Thanks for paying attention. Thanks for tuning into the video. Don't forget the subscribe button at the bottom right. Don't forget the notification bell. Get all my videos. Don't forget to like, comment this out. What do you guys think? Scottie Montgomery in the building. Let's go. Go blue. One pride. Detroit Lions, baby. Boom.